Do you have friends of the opposite sex in your marriage? Do we allow friends of the opposite sex in our marriage? Stay tuned and you'll find out. Welcome back to yet another video. If you are returning, we love you so much. Thank you for joining us. If you're new, we're so glad you're here, and we hope that you guys subscribe, like this video, and stick around for more videos. My name is Jasmine.
And I'm Dave.
And this is Engineered by God. So recently, we participated in a conference called the REAWAKENed Love, and we were part of the panel, and it was a great time. And we're gonna leave the link to the video in the description. But this question came up, and we decided let's tackle it on our channel. So I think there's a lot of things to say, but we're just gonna talk about what we do within our personal relationship, and hopefully it helps you. First thing, trust. Trust is so important, and I think that when it comes to this, you have to make sure that if there is a situation that you're uncomfortable with in your relationship, I think it's important to make sure that you do not accuse your partner or your spouse of being malicious, of cheating, of doing any wrongdoing, but instead just talk about the situation and how you felt about the situation and why you felt that way about the situation, so you guys can figure out, okay, how do we avoid this next time, and what do we change to make it better?
Right, and the next thing is to set some boundaries. Some boundaries are pretty clear. Like, you're not spending the night at somebody else's house.
Right.
Like, why would you do something like that? But some boundaries we've kind of learned as we've developed in our relationship. I think it's really important to have that conversation, because you may have two different expectations as to what are appropriate boundaries and how far you can or cannot go. And another thing too is like the understanding for us in our relationship that cheating and all that stuff starts way before the physical.
Right.
And that we are strongly against like the emotional affairs. Like if you're sharing things with someone else outside who's not your spouse, and your spouse has no idea about that, almost as if you have another confidant.
Yeah.
Confidant.
That's the word.
Yeah, that's the word. I've never said it out loud. I don't feel confident about it.
And that's like a big no-no for us. Like, what I look like talking to some other guy about my insecurities, about my body or whatever, and Dave don't even know.
Right.
Nah. Another point for us is to make sure that you bring your spouse into that relationship. And so we don't have any relationships that the other person doesn't know about. And whatever relationships you have, whatever communication is between you two, the other person knows about it. The other person is aware. There's no hiding conversations. And if you're a friend with one of us, then you're a friend with both of us. We have to be able to hang out in group settings. They have to know who the other person is and how important they are and all that, all that type of stuff. Like, it's not just your own private relationship. We're one now, baby.
And like, full disclosure, a little glimpse into our relationship. I have a lot of friends who are women who I know for a good chunk of my life. Yeah. And so that's pretty common for me to have a friend who's women, right? But in our relationship, I had met a new friend, and I approached that relationship in the same way that I had the other friendships that I had that Jazz was aware of. Mm-hmm. And this person knew of Jazz, but Jazz didn't really know her that well. And long story short, we did end up hanging out in just a normal way. We didn't do anything crazy, but by doing that, I put Jazz in a position where she could feel insecure and jealous, and ultimately she was upset by the situation. Mm-hmm. And looking back at it, I don't know what I was thinking, why I thought it was cool, but from then on, I made it a point that if I'm gonna have a friendship with someone else who's a woman, and really almost anyone, like, they need to know and meet Jazz. They need to have a relationship with her. Yeah. And I want to note, like, right now, we're great friends. That person, she's like one of our favorite people in life. Yeah, she's good. But it was also a learning lesson for me. I was like, I'm not doing that again.
Mm-hmm. I told him. And so our next point is that your spouse or your partner should come before the friendship. And you should be willing to cut ties with this friend if it comes between you and your partner or your spouse.
Right. Another point is, like, trust your partner's judgment or intuition. Like, I think a lot of times women can best tell if another woman is,
stepping in on their territory.
Right. And sometimes the same thing with men and other men. Mm-hmm. And understanding that if your friend can't respect the boundaries that you guys have set for your relationship, then maybe they're not that good of a friend.
Right. And don't say hello to guys because that's a red flag.
Stop it. But yeah, that's it for this video. I mean, I'm sure you guys have your own tips about relationship boundaries and how you guys handle that stuff. So leave it in the comment section. And of course, if you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe, of course, for future videos just like these.
And let us know in the comments how you feel about these tips. If you have anything you would add or if you had anything you would remove, because I just am interested.
But yeah, that's it.
See ya.